All right, everybody. Welcome to Swiss round number 3 of the PeaceBridge 2024 tournament in the wonderful Ontario, Canada, the Great White North. With me this game is David McMillan as my co-commentator. Say hi.
Good morning, everybody.
So we are recording these commentaries a little bit out of order for different reasons. So you'll notice in a later round, Dave will be doing the first commentary we've ever done together. But now, through the magic of post-recording time travel, we're doing a later one. Now we've done a few. So let's
Wow.
jump right
So
in, though. Yeah, go
right
ahead,
off the
Dave.
bat, down but not
Almost.
out. No special cards can be played this battle. Phil's had to pitch a number of activators, and
Phil had to discard 4 cards. He had 2 duplicates and then 2 activators that forced the discard.
now they are
Uh,
placing at a rapid pace. It's clearly, I think Phil's going to run, and
yeah.
Doug looks like he has a pretty commanding advantage.
Phil also can only play 2 of his cards. I'm gonna this may be the shortest commentary in history here. Doug, there's a possible go 7 here. Doug has a teamwork and an 8 showing. Mole Man has a 5 placed to him, and also Spawn has an 8 showing. I can't see so far what's in Doug's hand, but you have to think he's going to make a huge bet here, and it looks like he
Five.
goes 5. So he's gonna take the 3.
I don't think these three are going to help him enough, but we'll see.
No, it looks like he's just gonna go 1 and run. I think he hasn't discarded it, but I'm pretty sure I saw an activator in his hand.
Yeah. I see there might be an energy power card. Maybe is that
It looks
Superman
like a
7?
7 energy Superman power card.
He
Oh,
stayed.
he
I think that might
stays.
have been a mistake, but we'll see. Gotta
Oh, it's
wait.
a 2 multi Donald Howard the Duck multi, not a. So he actually kept all 3. I think he might have an any power 6 teamwork too. He wow. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Phil may actually pull this out now. He may have just got lucky and fell right into it. So we've got a 7 intellect in Doug's hand and what looks to be another power card. I'm guessing it's a mid-range like a 4 intellect.
One thing Phil's famous for is always taking those draws. And when I used to train online with Phil a bit, it took me a while to kind of pick up on if you're drawing more than one card, it's particularly in the bonus, you have to draw them. And it looks like in this case he might have sucked out.
And that's exactly what it is sometimes you just the variance is going to be on your side. Phil drew 15 points of venture off those 3 cards and Doug wasn't getting any additional cards. Uh and at the same time, he's got enough damage to kill.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
the basic over the top. And
It's
yeah,
not for the kill though. So Doug can let it hit. Phil's going to defend his character and then he's going to run, leaving the 8
so
on Heroes
Doug
for
did
Hire.
take the battle. So he's at 520. Phil is at 061, I believe. They're
I'm
both
kind of
pretty beat up.
surprised there, to be honest, that Phil didn't just take the 2. It would have set the white queen up to be really close to death, but he could have made Heroes for Hire. He could have hit them and made him not have the 8. Oh
Oof.
my god. Then
Phil
Doug
is
just
not running well.
Well, Doug's just running amazing is what it is. So that next event says no cards with an energy icon may be used to attack. You have to assume Doug does not have any cards other than some activators, and he can use those activators defensively.
First, we see the
Uh,
Mole Man 5 energy, so that's unplayable.
that's unplayable. Phil's not going to be able to go over the top with an energy power card offensively off the armory like he did earlier either. So that 8 is probably going to be good for defense.
So it looks like it was a very quick Doug bet for the win. He starts with Bakudo.
Oh, is that a was it? I
Must be a
th-
duplicate
I think
discard.
I don't think it is. I think maybe he didn't maybe Doug just is
Doesn't
misplaying
know
that
the
card
deck.
and doesn't remember he gets to keep it. I don't see an X-Man in his hand.
Neither do I, but
So Bakudo gives you 3 to venture. It allows you to draw a card off the top of the deck. If the card itself is an attack, you can make it. If it's a teamwork or an ally, you make it, but you're not allowed to make the follow-ups. If it's an activate or anything else, you do get to keep it as long as it's not a duplicate. Maybe Doug only has offensive cards with that activator. and can't attack with them, which would make it an unusable. So that's a possibility. We don't know how his battle
Oh,
sight's stacked.
that would make sense. It could very easily be that he only has the 4 multi make additional or the 7 fighting AR in there for X-Man. So yes, good point. I
He
will say,
also sometimes you get a little antsy when you're so far ahead. He may have just saw it and forgot that Bakuto lets him keep it. But
right,
Doug is so far ahead on card advantage. I don't see a negate in Phil's hand to deal with that draw three.
right. As someone who plays a lot of Fatal Attractions myself, when you get this event against energy decks, they just very much struggle to generate Venture. Even without the draw 3, I just see it being very difficult that Phil could come up with more
Yeah,
than
very
than the
nice play
15.
there though. Did you see what he did? Doug threw the 8 on white queen. Phil used his energy power card that he couldn't attack with for the block, but Phil's sitting on two multi power cards. He can't attack with them. He can't attack with the 5. He's already down 7 venture from the Bakudo and the 5 fighting. He tried to take a big swing to get rid of that draw 3, and I
Yeah,
just Doug,
unfortunately.
he's just not going to be able. I don't think he has a way to generate the venture
Now,
with
did you
what's on
just
the
see
board.
he played the Morph Power Mimic to mimic the draw 3 off the site?
Oh,
So he just successfully drew 3, and he has not even used Mr. Fantastic's draw 3. I mean, I really
yeah, this is the
Phil's
only
fighting this
card that
out, but
it's the only card left in his deck that generates venture. So Phil's being smart here. I think he's probably throwing at yeah, he's gonna show him. I don't have anything else. And wow, that is Doug's deck just firing on all cylinders. I'm very excited for Doug for the rest of this event. But
yeah.
yeah, that is Doug's trying to take a couple of Phil's cards even as a victory prize there.
It's interesting. You and I have had this debate about those events, no attacks with the icon and how strong they are. But currently, the energy meta is still strong in Overpower, and that event is very difficult for energy decks to deal with. So, tough
Absolutely.
one for
Well,
Phil.
especially to the those events have always been strong, but in a environment where we don't have the Devourer of Worlds anymore, less there's more people playing battle sites. We're still pretty even now. We're to the point where it's about 50-50, where it used to be maybe 20% of the field were sites, but it also ding sites a lot more now too, where those activators can't be used offensively. And it's exactly what you're saying. Sometimes it just puts you in a position where you have 10 cards and only two of them can generate venture, very few of them to be able to. So, well, guys, that was a very short round three. I hope you enjoyed it. It is an example of when events can just devastate the opponent. So, we're gonna head to that next round, and thanks very much for being with us.
As always, venture well.